specifically with Cena, you have this monumental task taking this like super babyface, and you have to find a way to turn him into a bad guy that kind of justifies story, right? Like, because I was looking at it, I'm like looking at some of the stats, and it's like, okay, what he is like 16 championships. He's like tied with Ric Flair, and it's like you're going into WrestleMania, and then without any storyline, it's like, okay, of course he's gonna win, and then he gets his 17th, and then it's over. And then I'm watching this match, and I see that great moment with The Rock, and the face go cold, and that this idea that like I'm gonna end wrestling, I'm gonna win and then retire, and then nobody will ever win a belt for real again. And now all of a sudden I'm like, if I'm a wrestling fan, I've got to protect wrestling.
Yeah.
All right, so they are talking about John Cena. This is Andrew Schulz and Triple H talking about John Cena and some of the issues that John Cena had, I guess, with, WWE when he was on his way out. John Cena is a character to me that I do think is worth talking about because I think there's something going on with John Cena. I've actually covered John Cena before on this channel a while ago. But, on his channel, we talk about politics, pop culture, whatever's popping, right? And I wanted to touch on this because, wrestling was a part of my life. I used to watch WWF all the time. So all these guys used to excite me, Triple H, all of them, The Rock, back in the day. So let's go ahead and get into the video and let's see what they're saying. And it's interesting that John Cena's name popped up. There's always more to a story, especially when Andrew Schulz is talking about it. Let's go ahead and get into the video and see what's up.
I've got to find a way to bring,
and John's reasoning for that is like, fuck, for 20 years, I've had to listen to you people tell me Cena sucks. Let's go Cena. Cena sucks. I've had to, you shit on my ideas. You shit on these things, all this stuff like that. Every turn I've tried to make and all I've ever done is give you everything I have. And it wasn't enough. You always want more. It's like, so there's this place of justification where you can go like, I kind of get that.
Yeah, he's done with it. It's like, why haven't you given him up? He's done everything for the business. He's always done the right thing.
Yeah, he should be the most beloved guy ever in anything. And now in his mind, he's protecting the business from somebody like Cody, who in his mind is just copying him and phony going into this thing, and they love him for it, and he's angry about
why the fuck does he get all the love?
Yeah, they love him for this, and wait, you guys, I gave you
why did I get the love?
Exactly.
So you get the resentment.
She's justified in all of it, and it's kind of what works with the story, no matter how. And look, I'll say this from a bold standpoint, it would have been so easy for John, who's making movies and is one of the busiest people I know, to say, look, I'm coming back for a year. Let's just
give me the fucking belt.
I'm gonna go out there and do my greatest hits.
Yeah.
And people will love it, and I'll sell some merch, and then it'll be done, and I'll say thank you very much, and I'll ride off into the sunset.
Yeah.
He could have very easily done that. But when we threw the heel idea at him, he was like, fuck yeah.
He jumped at it.
Yeah, like, man, this is challenging to me.
Yeah.
Like, I love the challenge. When we pitched it, and I got off the phone with John, and he seemed very excited, but within like the next 5 minutes, I got like 6 texts from him. You know what I mean? Where I was like, oh my God, he's in. Like, he
started pitching ideas.
Yeah, he's like, he couldn't stop thinking about it, and he had to talk to somebody about it because he was on a movie set, right?
Yeah.
So he just kept texting me about it, and I was like, oh man, this is piqued his interest, and it's cool to see John, who's, he's been gone and in and out for a long time. And when you're doing that, you're not that same level, to see him so engaged and so like passionate about this now and what he's doing and the whole thing. It's so cool to watch. It's so cool.
Oh, okay. So like while they've been talking, I was, going back and kind of looking and kind of getting some backstory on this because, you get so enthralled into politics, you just almost forget that there's anything else going on, in the world. And so John Cena's going to fight Cody Rhodes. Wait a minute. When is this supposed to be? How do you spell this guy's name? Cody Rhodes battle is supposed to, by John Cena is guaranteed to defeat. So WrestleMania 41 is going to be John Cena with Cody Rhodes. Dag, this is going to be kind of hype, y'all, because I think a lot of people are going to be there. Dag, they even give me. So when is WrestleMania, guys? So like we're doing this. Are we doing this together right now? So when is this supposed to be? Look, and I'm like, let me put let me put date on here so we can figure it out together. Oh, this is taking place in like 3 days. I might have to, like, you know what I'm saying, I might definitely have to, you know, order it because I kind of want to watch this. If this was taking place like next month or something, I'll probably go out to Vegas just to go be there. It's kind of exciting. So, you know, John Cena is a man who I do think that has been mistreated, definitely in Hollywood, right? So why this is important to by the way, guys, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you to every eye that lands on this video. Why this topic is kind of important, not just kind of. You know me, and if you're new to the channel, maybe you don't know. Like, I talk about things for what they are, the inconvenient truth. I see the reality of a lot of things that we have going on in this world, right? So that said, when I see some of the stuff they do to John Cena, I'm like, I just see humiliation rituals. And I think that this person's been, now he was just complaining that he was abused by, we're going to do this together. We're going to kind of, you know how Destiny does it, right? So we'll just, John Cena, I said WWE issues. And so apparently Cena claimed to be the victim of an abusive relationship with the fans. They're making this easier for me, said the veteran, referring to his retirement from the ring. I'm not a babyface. I'm a human being. Each and every day has been horrible to me. I'm done with you. You're being discarded. So I guess, you know, like, I guess, you know, he was really upset about, maybe the fans were giving him a hard time, giving him some backlash and everything. Nasty work, John Cena. Here we go. Nasty work, John Cena. Blamed for backlash, Netflix issues that saw top WWE star buried on Raw. So, you know, John Cena is like a punching bag. I mean, we've seen him in some very, very controversial positions, if you will. Yeah, we've seen him in some really like weird, like this, when this came out, I remember seeing this picture and just thinking, like, that's just a shame that he's become the punching bag to everybody. You know, like, that's just how I felt. I was like, what is happening here? You know, like, nobody, you know me. I mean, well, again, I keep saying you know me. I don't know if anybody's returned. Like, this is just, it's humiliation ritual. When you understand the people who run Hollywood, the Lurian and Kabbalah, all of that, you take a big man with strong legs like that, and you put him in this kind of outfit. This, to me, what episode is necessary? What movie is necessary for such a display? You know, this is a strong American white man, you know, in this position. And then the other time, this is when I covered him. I felt so bad for. It's funny because I always feel bad. I don't even. The awards, I don't know which show it was, you know what I'm saying, but yeah, this right here, when they were like, oh, you got to come out and to give the award, he appeared nude. They made him walk through a stage like this. This is what you call a humiliation ritual. And I remember looking at this, and I remember thinking, like, you know, regardless of if he had like I'm sure he had some sort of, you know, strap or whatever on. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we're not dumb, right? Like, obviously, but it's still a humiliation ritual to me. It's because you're like stark naked, right? And I remember thinking, there's just a reason why they keep coming for this man. John Cena on Twitter has been following some very different people. We'll leave it at that because I don't want to get him into any kind of trouble. And so I think that he is going through something in his mind that he's trying to figure out. He knows the people he's dealing with. And I think he's also trying to pull away from it. I just think they have him locked and loaded, though.
Do you think nice guys play better heels?
So it's a funny thing, and this might be completely off. I have like a theory that, and I don't mean this in a negative way at all. You to be the babyface, you have to have, you have to be a little bit more selfish. You have to be. And so Austin was a great babyface, but he's not selfish. It's sort of he was because his character was a bad guy that they just loved.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's societal utility.
Yeah.
Going against the man.
Yes.
You get to be a bad guy because there's a worse guy
Yeah.
that you're going to confront.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different, but you always hear the stories about the top sort of good guy in the business, and there's just because it's all about you. As a bad guy, your job is to make the other guy look good. Just keep yourself alive doing it, keep yourself hot doing it, keep yourself all that stuff.
Okay, so like being the bad guy, yeah, Triple H was the bad guy, right? So I always like the bad guys on WWE, but yeah, I wanted to just not pay attention. Sorry, my choice of words have been all over the place. I just wanted to touch on a subject about John Cena because, like, again, I've always looked over at John Cena and said, what is going on? Like, why do they keep, like, the naked thing did it for me. And then the heels and I was like, this is just not fair. It's just really not fair. Anyway, that's how it goes in Hollywood. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.